This conference will now be recorded.
Yesterday we discussed about the union transformation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, union. So within that union transformation, data will be extracted from the various sources. After that, integrate the data within that respective union transformation. So while integrating the data in the union transformation, that means while combining the data coming from the multiple sources contain similar data, if any chance any row is repeated, okay, not only single row, if sometimes there might be a chance to get the repeated rows while working with multiple sources, if sources have similar data, then in the union transformation, that repeated rows also selected. The repeated rows also be selected in the union transformation because of union means union on. Okay, union means it is an union. Union on means repeated rows also selected. That repeated
Mm.
rows also inserted to the target. But in the target, if you have a primary key, what happened? In the union transformation, repeated rows are selected. But in the target, we have a primary key. So primary key never accepted repeated rows, repeated values for that respective column also, not only entire row, only for that respective primary key column. If any repeated value coming from the union transformation, what happened? That row will be rejected because of any constraint violated within that time. Okay, that's why what we need to do here. Okay, if here then we don't want to maintain the primary key in the target. If you want to keep repeated rows also in the target, then don't maintain the primary key in the target table. Don't create a target table with primary key. Okay, just you can create a primary key. Just you can create a target table, or you are expecting a target table without primary key. Then only we can insert the repeated rows. Otherwise, we can't insert the repeated rows. Or if it is strongly recommended, if it is strongly recommended to remove the repeated rows that are selected in the union transformation, then what we need to do? Okay, that means business people are treats repeated rows as duplicate rows. Okay, as an ETL developer, we never decide repeated rows as a duplicate rows. We never decide them. Who will decide them as repeated rows as duplicate rows? Business users can decide. Okay, if business users can decide that repeated rows as duplicate rows, if they don't want to keep that repeated rows as duplicate rows in the target, or if the target table is defined with the primary key, instead of rejecting the rows while inserting rows to the target, if we are our system will try to reject the repeated rows. Okay, here for rejecting the repeated rows at this target level, what happened? Performance will be degraded. Okay, insertion is very easy, but rejection is very difficult task. It's very difficult to stop the repeated rows and reject them. It is a difficult task for our technology, not only for our technology, for any technology. Rejection is a difficult task. Selection is very easy. Insertion is very easy, but rejection is a difficult task. That's why what we need to do, instead of reject the rows at target level, we can reject them at transformation itself. At what is the transformation is available to reject the repeated rows means sorted transformation. You asked me about sorted transformation, right? Why it was a why sorted transformation in active transformation? Because of in the sorted transformation, there is an option like a distinct option. The properties, there is a distinct properties there. If we enable the distinct property, then even though repeated rows are moved to the sorted transformation, from the sorted transformation we can get distinct rows. That means unique rows. If the unique rows are selected from the sorted transformation, that unique rows are inserted to the target. Okay. Okay, here in this union transformation, system will select repeated rows also if available. From the source, if any repeated rows are there in that respective sources, that repeated rows also be selected in union transformation. There is no rejection of the repeated rows. If you want to reject them, before insert them to the target, if you want to reject them, then we can use sorted transformation. In sorted transfer not only sort the rows but also select the distinct rows. The repeated rows as distinct rows. Okay. Okay. In the sorted transformation also data not rejected. No data rejected in the sorted transformation. Just selected as repeated rows are selected as distinct rows and only distinct, not rejection. So that distinct rows are inserted to the target. So we can discuss clearly with example also. Okay, now here up to now we are working with database tables. Our sources are database tables. But in the real time, we are working with file systems also, like flat files, XML files, okay, sometimes COBOL files, CSV files, comma separated value files, Excel files. Sometimes we can get the data in the MS Excel format. If the data is available in MS Excel with the extension of .csv, comma separated value, then only we can work with that respective Excel files. Okay. So now we can discuss about file systems, mainly flat files. Here to 99% we are getting the data in the form of flat files only. Flat files. Here we are working with the database tables. Sometimes we are working with the file systems also. We are working with US based client or UK based client. That clients will always provide their business information in the form of files. That to flat files. Okay, because of flat files are very easy to move from one place to another place. Actually, flat files are static, but very easy to move from one place to another place because of slight weight. Okay, for example, in the database, if you have a table, one table is there in the database, contains 1 lakh rows. Size is occupied for the table in the database is assume 100 MB, assume like that. 100 MB space is needed to maintain 1 lakh rows in that respective table. Okay, if you want to keep that 1 lakh rows in the form file, then how much size is needed, how much space is needed to keep that file in our system? Only 5 MB and 10 MB, not 100 MB. The database is heavyweight, flat files are lightweight, size point. Okay, weight in the sense, don't think in the different manner. Okay, like products. Okay, it is a software product. Okay, always we can calculate the weight in the form size only. Size is occupied by that respective file. And now we can discuss about flat files. Okay, again flat files are two types. Flat files are two types again, delimited flat files and fixed width flat files. Okay, flat files are two types, delimited and fixed width. Flat files are common for any operating system, Linux and Solaris, Windows. Flat files are common. Okay, platform independent. Flat files are always platform independent. Okay, but database is a platform dependent one, not an independent one. Okay, now here we can discuss about flat files like delimited flat files and fixed width flat files. So first of all, we need to find out the difference. What is the difference between delimited flat file and fixed width flat file? The delimited flat file. What is delimited flat file? If flat file has information with various delimited characters, separated with various delimited characters. Characters are like a comma separator, tab separator, space separator, colon or semicolon. We can call that file as delimited flat file. Okay, if any flat file, each field information is separated with different delimiters. Delimiter characters, we can call them as delimiter characters, comma, tab, space, colon, semicolon. So these are called as delimiter characters. Okay, here if that file contains data and each field information is separated with delimiter characters. The main delimiter character is comma separator. Comma separator is the main delimiter character compared to other delimiter characters. The 99.9% we are getting a flat file, delimited flat file with the comma separator only. Comma separator. Okay, that is delimited flat file. The fixed width flat file means if each field information is separated with a fixed element of space, that means fixed space. If you can maintain fixed space between the fields of different fields of information available on the file, that is called as a fixed width flat file. So we need to maintain the fixed width to separate each field information in the file, that is fixed width flat file. Okay, here 99.9% we are getting the flat files in the form delimited format, that too comma separator format. Very rare case we can get the data in the form of fixed width format, very rare cases. But now we can discuss about both files, delimited files as well as fixed width files. Okay, now as an ETL developer, if you want to import the files to the Informatica Power Center, then go to Source Analyzer tool. Okay, within the Source Analyzer tool, what we need to do, we need to import the files. If you want to import the files, we no need to create a data source name. No data source name is needed to import files. Directly can import the files based on the directory of the file path. Okay, you can trace out the location of the file and import that file. Enough. Okay, we assume our files are available on desktop. Then what we need to do? Go to Files tab, click on Import from File. Then here Open Flat File window displayed here. Open Flat File window. Our file is available on desktop. Go to desktop. Here, actually, sometimes we are getting files in the form .dat format. Right now, our files are available in .txt format, text format. That's why you can choose files of type as all files instead of dat files. Select all files. Now here all available files on desktop are displayed. Now we can select your required file. Here our file is, for example, assume this is our file, em_ff. This is our file. Click on OK. Okay, here business users provide their business information in the form file. If that file is a delimited file, then here you can select delimited here. If file is fixed width file, if data is available in the fixed width format within that file, then you can choose fixed width here. Okay, they can give the information to us that this is the file is available in the delimited format. This is the file is available in the fixed width format. So based on that, here we can import the files. So right now our file is available in the delimited format. Okay, you can preview the data also. See here, you can preview of the file at the bottom. Find out here, preview the file. Each field information is separated with comma separate. See here, apply number, comma, e-name, comma, job, comma. Okay, here each field information is separated with comma separator. That's why it is a delimited flat file. Okay, that's why see here, what is delimited? Characters such as commas and tabs separate each field. Okay. Here, if characters such as commas and tabs are separate each field information available in the file, then that is a delimited flat file. First of all, you can choose the file type that best describes your data available in the file, selected file. If it is fixed width, then you can choose secondary button, fixed width format. Here, fields aligned in see here, fields aligned in columns with spaces between each field. That means if each field information is separated with the fixed alignment of space, then we can call that file as a fixed width file. Right now, our file is available in delimited format. Okay, our file is available in the delimited format. Now we can select that file, delimited file, and here, see here in the first line, when you can preview the data available in the file, in the first line we have field names. That's why what we need to do, you can enable import field names on the first line. We can enable it. Import field names on the first line. And then second row onwards, we have data. Start imported row equal to 2. Sometimes in the files, in the first line we have field names and our data will be started from third row or fourth row. Sometimes, not from second row. If data started from third row or fourth row onwards, then you can enter third or fourth here instead of 2. But here in our file, data started from second row. Here the data started from second row onwards. That's we can enter 2. Okay, in the first line we have field names. From second line onwards we have data. Second row onwards. That's we can enter start imported row equal to 2. Now click next. In the second step, what we need to do here, we can choose the delimiter type. Okay, here we can, what is the delimiter is available within that file to separate each field information. Then we can choose that delimiter here. It is a comma separator. Okay, when you can preview the data available in the file, it is a comma separator. Thus we can choose comma separator here. What is default delimiter? Comma separator, the default delimiter for source level also. Okay, people who are working at source level, they are converting the database data to the file format. While converting the data from the database to the file, they are selecting, if it is a flat file, they are selecting delimited file, that to comma separator. If they are selected delimited file with comma separator, same options we can choose while importing. Okay, here also delimited, we selected delimiter as well as comma separator and click next. The third step, what we need to do, we can provide the column information like field names, data types, pressure and scale. Okay, so you can provide here. We have field names in the first line. Thus, we don't want to enter the field name. Sometimes we can get only data. Sometimes we can get only data in the file. Okay, no field names are included in the first line. If you don't have field names in the first line, then manually can enter the field names. Okay, sometimes we are getting files contains no field names in the first line, only data. From first line onwards, data is available. That's why what we need to do here in the third step, we can enter that field names, column information we can enter like field names, data types, pressure and scale, manually can enter. Okay, after that you can click and finish. Now flat file is imported. This is the flat file is imported. It is a delimited flat file. Okay. Now what we need to do here, we can import fixed width flat file also. We can import. Okay. Delimited is different and fixed width is different. Okay. Now if you want to import fixed width flat file, again you can follow same steps. Go to sources tab, click on import from file. The open files window or fixed width file is also available in desktop. Sorry. Now you can select the file subtype as all files. Then you can choose EMP fixed. Click on OK. Okay. Now in this flat file import wizard in the first tab, here we don't have any field names. Actually, while working with fixed width flat files, don't expect the field names in the first line. Okay, people who are working at OLTP level, while they are converting the data from database to the file format, if they are selected fixed width, no field names are included in the first line. Okay, here option is available here, import field names from first line, but don't expect the field names for the fixed width files. You can expect field names for the delimited only, delimited flat files only, not for fixed width flat files. Okay. Now here, what we need to do here, simply you can select the fixed width and click next. In the second step, see here what we need to create a break line here. You can create the break line to separate each field. If you want to create a break line to separate each field, you can click on desired place. Here I am clicking on desired place like this. Okay. Okay, here in this manner, and we can drag them. See here, to delete a break line, just you can double click on it, then it was removed. Okay, to move the break line, then click and drag like this. Okay, we can move them like this. Okay, now click on next. Okay, now here you can enter the field names in the first line. We don't have field names in the fixed width file. That's why you can enter them. File number. We can enter names like this. Email, job, cell, you can get these field names. You don't have to worry about that. Okay, people who are working at World people, once they are converting data from database to the file format, if that file is fixed width file, they can give the field names also in the separate file. Okay, you can enter that field names, data type, pressure and scale. After that, click on finish. The fixed width file is also imported. Okay, now our requirement is, what's our requirement here? I want to create a target table to insert the data came from the multiple flat files. Okay, that flat files, even though we have two flat files, this is different and this is different. This is delimited file and this is fixed width file. Even though data coming from the different flat files contains similar data, whether it is delimited file or fixed width file, but data is similar. That's why what we need to do, we have similar data in multiple flat files, then we can combine the data. We can combine the data and insert to the single target table. That means we can integrate the data coming from the multiple files also. Okay. Now, here we can create a target table. The same structural resource, for example, EMP table. Here we are integrating data coming from the multiple sources, whether the sources are flat files or RDBM systems. This is our target table. Within this target table, we can keep employee details are coming from the file format as well as database format also. So file is database table is created. Okay. Here our target is Oracle database. Now here go to mapping designer, enter the name of the mapping. Here our mapping name is like EMP underscore. Here flat file to Oracle. Okay. Now first of all you can select the necessary sources. Here our sources are flat files are our sources. Select the necessary sources from the repository navigator, then drag and drop to workspace of mapping designer. Then for flat file sources also by default source qualifier is created, but the source qualifier is dummy one. Dummy in the sense, what are the properties are available in source qualifier? All properties are disabled except tracing level, all are disabled. The tracing level is the property is common for any transformation. Only that property is enabled. We can discuss later about the tracing level. You now see here what are the properties are available in the source qualifier, all are disabled because of sources file. Okay, these properties are enabled when source is RDBMS. When source is RDBMS, then only the source qualifier properties are enabled. Otherwise, the source qualifier properties are disabled. Okay. Only for RDBMS, properties are enabled. Now here you can select we not only integrate file data, but also we can integrate RDBMS data also. Here we can build a mapping to combine similar data coming from the file systems as well as RDBMS system also. Here our target is EMP underscore TGT is our target. Drag it up to here. If we want to combine the similar data available in multiple sources, here we have 3 sources. If we want to combine, then we can use union transformation. Use the union. Select it from the transformation bar, then place it as on workspace. Now what we need to do in this union transformation, you can build the logic to combine similar data available in 3 sources. If you want to build the logic in the union transformation, first of all you can select the necessary codes from the any of the sources, but we need to choose whether that source is best one or not. Here we have 3 sources. Which one is the best one here? Here the EMP is the best one here. This the one is the best one because of it has 8 columns. Remaining column has only 6 columns. So, 2 flat files has only 6 columns, whereas the EMP table has 8 columns. Okay, and here we can not only compare the number of columns, but also we need to check data types as well as precedence scale also. So based on that, we can build the logical union transformation. Here you can select the necessary ports from the source qualifier of the EMP table, which is imported from the Oracle database. Drag and drop to union transformation. Okay, yesterday also we discussed about union transformation. Now for our current requirement, again we can build the union transformation. In this union transformation, once we can drag and drop the necessary ports from the respective source to the source union transformation, then here automatically one input group and output group is created. Now as per the requirement, we can create necessary input groups. Here many to one. So multiple sources are connecting. Read the data from the multiple sources and combine the data. After data combined, and then move the data to the next level of the mapper through single output group. Okay, many to one. Okay, here target is C. For example, assume our target is D. Here we have 3 sources A, B, C. D is equal to A union B union C. Okay. Double click on the union transformation. Go to groups tab and add necessary groups. Here I am adding 3 groups. First one is EMP underscore FF, which is the delimiter. Next one is EMP underscore FF, which is fixed width. And the third one is EM transfer 1. Okay. Now click on apply. Click on. Now automatically see here how that groups are created here. Okay. So already one group is connected. One input source is already connected. Now connect the output ports of each source of the input ports of the target is available. Here we have employee number, name, job. We don't have MGR and hire date, but sal and commission as a department number is available. Here, if any columns are not available, simply you can leave them. We don't want to connect them. Okay. Here MGR and hire date not available, that's why you can leave them. Okay. If you leave any columns that are not connected to the any input port of the previous level of the mapping, then null values are inserted. If no ports are connected, then null values are inserted for the respective ports. Okay, null values are inserted. Okay. Now connect the output ports of union transfer into the input ports of the target. Okay. Here we have 3 sources, 2 are files and 1 is database. If these 3 sources are joined, these 3 source data was combined in the union transformation, and after that insert the data to the respective target table. Now if you want to run this mapping, then go to workflow manager and create a new workflow. Now in this workflow manager also connect to the same repository and select same repository folder. And go to workflow designer, create a new workflow. Okay, here in this workflow designer tool, create a new workflow to run our current workflow. Sorry, our current mapping. Here our mapping is I think I forgot to validate and save to the repository. I forgot it. So it is not available in the repository. Once repository is saved, so once mapping was saved in the repository, then that mapping is available for execution. Here our mapping is this is our mapping. Now what we need to, if we are working with file systems, then we need to specify the location of the file path. Okay. Double click on the session task. Your files are available on desktop. Both files are available at desktop. EM pens for FF and EM pens for. So right click on the file name, go to properties. Okay, mute your mic. Hello. Hello, mute your mic.
Yeah.
Mute your mic.
Okay.
If you want to, if you have any question, then unmute your mic and ask me. But there is a disturbance from your end. That's the reason. Okay. You can mute your mic. Okay. Okay. Now here go to properties of the file. Any file available on desktop. This is the location of the file. Our current flat file. Copy this one. Now here go to the properties of the file, source file. Here we have source file directory. Okay, here instead of $pm source file slash, you can enter this file path. Okay, and do same thing for second one also. Second one is also available in the same place on desktop only. Okay, and this is our source. Source is one of the sources are RDBMS. One of the sources that is available at SCART. This is the target. The target is available at DWH user contains primary key. Applied. Okay. Then again validate the workflow. Then save to the repository. So once it was saved, then run the workflow and observe the status and workflow monitor. It was succeeded, and you can go to the properties of the task. See here, this is the task. You can find out here 19 rows extracted. The 19 rows insert to the target. You can find out here how many number of rows are extracted from each source. Find out here 3 rows extracted from the delimit flat file, 2 rows extracted from the fixed flat file, and 14 rows extracted from the database. Totally 14 plus 3 plus 2 equal to 19. That 19 rows are inserted to the target. Okay. Now, what we need to do here, the next concept is, here we have 2 flat files, one is delimited flat file, another one is fixed flat file. Assume we can get multiple delimited flat files contain similar data. Okay, here if you have multiple delimited flat files contain similar data, and then what we need to do, okay, instead of import that files to the Power Center Designer tool, instead of import them, just you can follow one concept. Here we have one special feature in our technology, not available in other technologies. Name of the feature is the file list concept, also called the indirect mechanism. Indirect mechanism in the sense indirectly read the data from the multiple files has similar data, and that files has a same structure also. For example, m_flat file, it has one structure. Okay, no need to worry about the name. It has 6 columns. Okay, and each column has one data type. If you have multiple files contains similar structure, similar data, not only similar data, the same structure in the sense number of the columns, order of the columns, data type of the columns must be same. If number of the columns and order of the columns and data type of the columns must be same for multiple flat files, then the flat files comes under contains similar structure as well as similar data and same structure. So if you have multiple flat files has similar data with same structure, that means number of columns, order of the columns, data types of the columns are all same, then what we need to do here, you can go for file list concept. The file list concept means if we have list of files has similar data available in different places, just what we need to do based on the directory of the file path, read the data available within the respective files. Okay, because of how our system will read the data from the other files, because of the structure, indirectly read the data from the respective flat files contains same structure. So already here we have one file, em_ff. With this same structure, files are available again, multiple files are there. So for example, here we are working with the EMP, we designed mapping the EMP_ff. Here we have one more file, EMP_world. One more file is available. This is the file is available. Then what we need to do here, if you have multiple files contain similar data and the files have the same structure, then what we need to do, we can go for file list concept. We want to go for file list concept to read the data from the list of tables are having similar structure and available in multiple places. Then here we can create one file. The name of the file is, you can give the file name is like file list file. This is the user defined name. And here you can mention here what are the files are available, you can mention. This is the directory of the file path. Here we have two files on desktop. One is em_ff and em_1. And we have another file that is em_new, which is available in my documents. Okay. Here what we need to do here, we can create a file in the form notepad. We can create a notepad file. Within that file, we need to specify the location of the file path, and we need to enter the name of the file also, like this. Okay, we can enter the name of the file also with the .txt. If we have multiple files, that files details are saved in one file, directly of the file path, saved in one file, that is called a file list file. Then what we need to do here, if you are working with the file list concept, then directly you can go to workflow manager, double click on the session task, go to mapping tab. What we need to do here, if we are reading the data from the multiple files available in the delimited format, then you can click on the existing file available in the mapping. In the mapping we have em_ff. On that respective mapping, double click, select, and then go to properties of that respective file, selected file. Then you can select source file type as indirect. These are indirectly read the data from the multiple files, contains similar data as well as same structure of the file available in the mapping. Okay, here our file is available on the desktop. File is also available in the desktop. Okay, that's why you can give the source file directory. Okay, and here you can change this file, source file name. You can change it. This is file list file, .txt. Okay. It was succeeded, 23 rows are extracted, 22 rows are loaded, and one row is rejected because of, I think that row is a repeated row. Maybe there is a repeated row in the files, multiple files are there. Okay, that row is a repeated row for particular file, but within that row that is an unique one. Okay, every file has unique rows, but while combining the similar data came from the multiple sources, then what happened here, there might be a chance to get the repeated rows. If you are getting repeated rows, what we need to do, if it is strongly recommended to reject the repeated rows, then what we need to do here, we can use sorted transformation. In the sorted transformation, enable distinct option. If you enable distinct option in sorted transformation, then only unique rows are selected and inserted to the target. If you want to remove the repeated rows, select only distinct rows, then you can create a sorted transformation. The sorted transformation not only sort the rows but also remove the duplicates by using the select distinct option. Still, even though we enable distinct option, there is a problem is like target failed rows. So why this record was failed while inserting the data to the target? Okay, because of sometimes size issue is there. Size issue sometimes. Okay, here when you can go to get session log, we can read the session log of current task. While loading the data to the target, you can read it carefully. While loading the data to the target, let's start load. There is a row. The database driver has occurred. The unique constraint violated. Okay, maybe here to the target unique constraint violated. 7369 Smith manager. 7369. Okay, here row is not repeated, but particular column values are repeated. 7369 is available in EMP table also. Okay, 7369 is available in EMP table also. Unique constraint violated. That's why that row is not inserted. Now 23 rows are extracted and 23 rows are loaded to the target also. Okay. Okay, actually here sorted transfer is not needed right now because of we are getting unique rows from the source. Okay. Repeated rows are we don't have any repeated rows. If we have repeated rows, then what we need to do? We can remove that. We can select the repeated rows as a distinct rows in the sorted transformation and insert them to the target. So for example, here. Now it was completed successfully. How many number of rows are extracted? 24 rows are extracted, but out of 24, only 23 rows are inserted because of row repeated. In a row repeated, we can say that was a distinct. Repeated rows as indistinct. Distinct means select them and insert them to the target. Okay. See here, 24 rows extracted, but only 23 rows are inserted to the target. Okay. Okay, up to now, whatever transformations are discussed, all are non-reusable transformations. Sometimes we can make non-reusable as a reusable transformation. Once non-reversible transformation is converted as reversible transformation, we can't reverse them to local. It's not reverse them to non-reversible. Can make non-reversible as a reversible one, but we can't reverse them from reversible to non-reversible. Okay. Here with this mapping, except source solver is a dependent transformation. We can use that transformation as a non-reversible transformation. Other than source solver, dependent transformations are used as non-reversible as well as reversible also. Here, for example, this is order transformation. Okay, here there is a make reversible option. When you enable this option, make reversible option, see here it is asking converting the current transformation into a reversible transformation is not reversible or not. Okay. Once this make reversible option is enabled, then the transformation is available for reusability. Okay. Then where we can apply the changes, we can apply the changes in the transformation developer only. We can't apply the changes in the mapping design. Okay. We can't apply the changes in the mapping design because of transformations are available in readable mode. Okay. Transformations are available in readable mode. That's why we can't apply the changes in the transformation, the mapping design. We can apply them in the transformation developer only. The transformation developer, if any transformation was converted from non-reversible to reversible, then we can edit them in the transformation developer only. We can't edit them in the mapping design at all. We can't edit the reversible transformations. For example, you can click on yes, now it is connected as reversible transformation. Okay. Down here it is available, right now it is available in readable. Here you can't do anything here. And the structure is disabled. Okay. So now if you want to apply the changes, then you can go to transformation developer and apply the changes. Here, this is the transformation. Select it and drag it up to transformation developer and apply the changes. The changes are automatically reflected to the various mappings. If various mappings are created using this transformation, okay, then if you are trying to apply the changes on the transformation, then the changes are reflected to the suite of mappings. In which mapping this transformation is used, in that mapping automatically changes are reflected. We don't want to redesign the mapping. Okay. So we can create our own transformations also in the transformation developer for reusability. Okay. And at the same time, maplet designer. Maplet designer is also used to create a maplet with set of transformations for reusability. Okay. And now I can show you how to create one transformation, how to create a transformation as per the requirement. If you want to build the logic, single transformation sufficient to build that logic for reusability, then you can go to transformation developer. If single transformation not sufficient to build the logic for reusability, then what we need to do, we can go to maplet designer, and within that maplet designer, we can create a maplet with set of transformations for reusability. The transformation developer, we can create individual transformations, whereas in the maplet designer, we can create a maplet with set of transformations for reusability. Again, whether the transformations are either reusable transformations or non-reusable transformations also, same as like mapping, but maplet is entirely different from mapping designer. The mapping designer tool, we have a target. Within the maplet designer tool, we don't have a target. Okay? So now I can show you how to create a transformation developer for reusability. For example, expression. As per the requirement only. As per the requirement, you can create a transformation developer and use the transformation in multiple mappings if needed. If you want to create a transformation, then for example, expression. Select the transformation from transformation bar and place the custom workspace. Here it is an empty transformation. Double click on the transformation, go to rename and enter the name of the name. Enter the name. Okay, enter the name of the transformation. Next, we can add the necessary boards. If they are creating this transformation in the mapping designer tool, simply can drag and drop the ports from the previous transformation. But here we are creating this transformation for reusability. That means manually can enter all the ports. So first of all, you can add the necessary ports and give the title for the rest of the ports and specify the data type, version and scale. And here ET cell is an output port actually. Okay, here we never get the ET cell from the source. You can calculate it. How to calculate? And ET cell equals SAP permission. MGR is not a string one. MGR is a actually MGR means shortcut of the manager ID actually. That is also decimal. Actually, that is MGR underscore ID by mistake in the database. MGR is the name is given in that menu by mistake. Click on apply. Click on OK. Now here this transformation is available for reusability. Okay. You want to apply the changes, open the transformation developer and apply the changes as per the requirement, and then that changes are reflected to the respective ETL mappings automatically. We don't want to redesign the logics. Okay. Now I can save it to the repository. Okay, now you can go to mapping designer. You can use that transformation in any existing ETL mapping or create a new mapping. So this is the existing ETL mapping. Within this ETL mapping, we created a mapping with expression transformation. This is an expression transformation. Expression is a non-reducible transformation. Expression is a non-reducible transformation. Now here, if you want to use the reducible transformation here, delete the existing one. Select required one, transformation developer. And connect the output ports of source call to the input ports of the target. Okay. Now connect the output ports of express to the input ports of the target. This menu can use the reusable transformations in the transformation developer. Okay. You have same kind of requirement and build the logics in the same manner, then you can go for reusable transformations. But performance point of there is no difference. between reusable to the non-reusable transformation. Performance difference. No performance difference between reusable to the non-reusable. Okay. Tomorrow session we can continue to discuss about maplet designer. In maplet designer tool, how to build a maplet with a set of transformations for reusable and how to use that maplet in the maplet designer tool. So we created a mapping with the reusable transformation. Okay. We can continue from tomorrow.
Okay. Actually, hello.
Yes, tell me.
Actually, I'm going to office 1 o'clock. So can you send me the video now so that I will practice?
Okay,
I
okay.
mean,
No. First of all, here this video is needs at least half an hour time to process. That means to convert it to another format. Okay. Once
oh,
converted,
okay,
I'll
okay,
send it to you. Okay.
okay, okay,
I'll send it to you. Okay. Within half an hour, I'll send it to you. After it is
okay.
completed, you can download and send it to you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.